Hi everyone, and welcome to the first in the series of Workout With Me. I'm making this playlist because when I started in the gym, I was really fortunate to have my boyfriend, who is a PT, teach me and tell me what to do in the gym. I'd say it probably took me about 3 or 4 months before I was confident to go in by myself and work out. So this is a playlist for any beginners who are just starting to lift, so let's go get out these work clothes and get into the gym. I began this leg session with some leg extensions to warm up my knees and to get some blood pumping into the working muscle, which is the quads. You can go heavier and use these as working sets to develop your quads more too, but for this session I just used them to warm up. Next up, I went onto the leg press machine. My feet are on the lower part of the pad. This isolates the quad more, and although you're not completely taking out the hamstrings and glutes, it just puts more focus on the quads. It's important to remember to push through the heels in order to isolate the quads and the glutes a little bit, but really ensure that you're pushing through those heels. Another really important thing to remember is to get really good depth when you're on this machine. This can be achieved by slightly tilting your knees out at the bottom of this movement. Really focus on using the quads and glutes on the way up as well as the way down. Remember to control the positive and the negative. Up next is one of my favourite leg exercises, the single leg dumbbell lunge. So you do this on one single leg over and over in order to isolate each leg equally. A little tip is to start with your weakest leg first. This way you can reach as many reps as possible with that leg and then match it with your strongest leg afterwards. After I've completed as many reps as I can with the dumbbells, I like to drop them and to continue to burn out the muscles with non-weighted lunges. I manage 10 reps with the non-weighted lunges, but go until you reach failure. By this point, your muscles should be burning. Once you've completed this drop set, give yourself about 10 or 20 seconds rest before starting with the next leg. You can see me look over and start smiling here because I knew Charlie was going to do something in the background of this video. Thanks Charlie for always making my gym sessions amusing. I'm really lucky to have great staff at Fitness First. I seem to do 20 reps for everything at the moment. That's because I'm training for a competition, and this helps to increase cardio and also time under tension. You don't have to do as many reps, but I think high volume training is really good to define the muscle. Karate kicks are optional at the end of these sets, if you're as nuts as I am. I've included this side view just to show you the depth that I get in my lunges, and although you can't exactly see this, I'm really pushing through my heel in order to activate my quad, glute and hamstring during this movement. I'm on to the final drop set now, and I can assure you my heart rate was through the roof. This movement's great for cardio and strength. I went on to standing dumbbell calf raises next. But I was having a hard time balancing on the step. I really wasn't getting a full stretch out of my calves, and I knew that I needed to change this up. So if you're ever doing something in the gym and you feel it's not working, just change what you're doing. So I moved on to hold onto the rail and held one dumbbell. Now you can see that I'm really ensuring the stretch on the way down as well as holding tension on the muscle on the way up. I found this much easier, and if your gym doesn't have a standing calf raise, this is what you can do instead. So I said earlier that single leg lunges are one of my favourite moves. That's because this Smith machine plie stance squat is my all-time favourite leg move. Perhaps it's my ballet background that does this, but please give this a go, because have you ever seen a ballet dancer that doesn't have great legs? That's because they do hours and hours of plies at the bar. So the idea is to put your feet outwards in a plie stance just like a ballet dancer. If I remember rightly, this is first position. This really works the outer sweep of the quad. Of course it works your inner thighs and your hamstrings and your glutes too, but the tension on the outer sweep of your quad is absolutely insane. So give it a go and let me know what you think. You can mimic this stance on a leg press to get the same desired effect on the outer sweep of the quad. And I suppose you could do it on a free squat, although I prefer to do it on the Smith machine because you can isolate the outer quad more because you're not having to think about your balance. Whereas if you were on a free squat, you'd really be worrying about your balance and you wouldn't be putting everything into it. As always with most leg exercises, ensure that you're pushing through the heel, and on the way up try not to lock your knees out as this could be harmful. A little tip here would be to keep the weight relatively low in order to really focus on the muscles that you're using, the quads, hamstrings and glutes in this case. So here's a lovely close-up of my squat booty. And no, I'm not just trying to be thirsty for YouTube subscribers. I'm trying to show the importance of the contraction on the top of the squat. Really focus on that squeeze and I can guarantee you will feel the burn after your set. I'm well aware it's not the sexiest position ever, but the uglier the better. So squeeze that booty. And although I'm someone who loves going heavy on barbell squats, on this squat on the Smith machine, it's really important just to keep the weight low, go high volume and really burn out the muscle, ensuring you're contracting on the positive as well as the negative and really getting that mind-muscle connection through all the muscles that you're working here. Do this 2 or 3 times a week and I guarantee you'll have better legs and a better bum in no time at all. And from this position you can see my face is about as ugly as my bum. To end this leg session, I did some leg press calf raises. This is mainly because my gym doesn't have any calf raise machines, standing or seated. So this is just a little alternative that I do. So if your gym doesn't have those, there are ways around it. I'm basically doing exactly what I was doing on the step before, but obviously seated. So if you're like me and you're having some issues balancing on a step and your gym doesn't have any seated calf raises or standing calf raises, give this a go. I like to go as heavy as I can on this machine. This is because you use your calves over and over every day for things like walking. So really go as heavy as you can with them in order for them to grow. The Stairmaster is a great tool for cardio and for warming up and warming down. If you're walking normally like this, don't hold on as it's harder and you engage your core more. If you're skipping a step like this in order to activate the glute, do hold on as balance can be a little bit tricky, and remember to keep your standing leg bent to avoid injury. You can go sideways like this, really just to mix things up a bit. If you're anything like me, cardio gets boring after 10 minutes, so little circuits of variations like this keep me more focused throughout cardio.
So that's the end of the video everyone. I hope you enjoyed this leg session. We hit some quads, we hit some calves. Please be sure to subscribe to get more videos and do more workouts with me. Thanks for watching. Bye! And of course, we have to say thank you to my mate Charlie for his little cameo.